So I want to be clear on this. Your relationship to commitment is something the world, your partner, is taking in on a very subconscious and often very, very conscious level. Can someone trust you, depend on you, feel safe with you? Are you a man who can commit and follow through? So, and there's a lot to that, and we'll touch on it, right? But very simply, be specific, commit to details, follow through with purpose, be accountable, be so goddamn dependable that you can't help but respect and like yourself, certainly if that's the thing that you struggle with. So, back to me. What happened between heartbreak and then sleeping on the couch? 7 years, and a lot, I won't lie, a lot happened. And most of that involved me learning the nature of trust, what love involves, and learning that in order to reach the pointy end of what we really want in life, especially in relationships, we have to be willing to trust, to have confidence that we will be okay. We have to be willing to make commitments and step into the unknown, into uncertainty, knowing that what comes as a result, we are not in control of. I cannot try and control an outcome. I can control my behaviors as I show up. So we have to be willing to step into the unknown, into uncertainty, knowing that what comes as a result, we are not in control of, but only in doing so can we actually reach the spoils. We have to step into the uncertainty, commit and step so we can create what is possible. And that takes willingness and ability, build the ability over time to commit. But when we are resistant to commitment, what we're really showing is a unwillingness to enter into risk. The potential reward in that moment of understanding doesn't outweigh the risk of being hurt, or perhaps feeling like a failure, all those things that I kind of mentioned before, which in case you hadn't connected to is a hurt, quote unquote, that we avoid experiencing. We won't enter into risk because in our head, the risk of hurt is too great for the potential reward. And so you can't sugarcoat this stuff. This is what we fear when we resist commitment, that we might be hurt, that we might experience something unpleasant. Hurt is probably a more obvious and accurate term when it comes to relationships. It might take on some kind of discomfort, shitty experience, failure, whatever, in a different context. It could come as being disappointed, being let down, being backstabbed, being heartbroken in my own experience, or any other number of flavors, twists, appearances. But what it boils down to is that bitter taste, hurt. And this is the nature of trust, knowing that there is risk, but stepping forward with confidence despite the risks. Confidence that says, I'll be okay. I might experience hurt and pain, but I will be okay. And that is one of the things that had to happen for me. I learned to trust myself that I will be okay regardless of the situation. I didn't jump straight back into engagement. No, just ask my wife about that one. I kicked the tires, as it were, for some time around our relationship while I worked on this stuff myself, and it took many conversations with her. But fundamentally, I had to connect to who I was as a man, what I wanted. And one of the things that I wanted was love. I wanted to be loved. I wanted to share my life with someone. That's the reward and everything that can come with that. And so the risk is I might have my heart broken again. And if I step to what I want and I have my heart broken again, it hurts, it sucks, it's shitty. I will be okay. And I can only create that kind of possibility for me, love and connection and all that, by stepping towards it. And I didn't just do that in my head. I had conversations with my partner. I had conversations with Nadia, and we explored that together. What can often happen is that we point to the struggle to commit, the lack of trust, and consequently the attachment to that potential risk. We point that at the other person, at the other party. right? A job, an employer, you know, whatever it is, business partner or our partner. And we say it's something about them, I can't trust in them. Whereas in reality, that responsibility to trust and commit, it begins with yourself. So for me, I had to get to that point where I could commit to my now wife, then girlfriend, with a marriage proposal. I had to trust in myself more than the love I had for her. I had to know that it's in stepping into the unknown of a commitment like marriage, there is a large amount of uncertainty and risk. I had to know that that's okay. That if I want all the goodness that comes with committing to a partner in that way, I had to be willing to risk the downsides, that potential for hurt. And it's in this vulnerability, which let's call it what it also is. It's in this courage that we can take ownership of our trust and the risk that comes with commitment. Not placing it entirely on, is this person right for me? Or what if they leave or cheat or aren't the one? Instead, focusing more like this, knowing how I feel about this person. Am I willing to commit in order to reach the highs and the expansion and the possibility that come with that, even in the face of the risk of being hurt and feeling shitty and whatever else can come with the downside? In that willingness to step into the uncertainty that commitment brings, we are stepping out of the vanilla safety, quote unquote, that we think is safety, of being alone, of keeping distance, of all that stuff, and into the more volatile and risky, yet infinitely rewarding place of possibility. You have to have skin in the game in order to have a chance at the prize. Sure, you could sit on the sidelines, you could watch others, not risk losing the buy-in, but you never get to experience the euphoria of quote unquote winning, to expand this analogy, either. And that is what we're dealing with here. As I believe Michael Jordan so accurately said, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take.